Translation: the senses are certainly product of the mode of passion in false ego, and therefore philosophical speculative knowledge and fructive activities or cannot say the word. Can you say the word for me? Neatly, product of the mode of passion. Purport. The chief function, purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. The chief function of false ego is godlessness. When a person forgets his constitutional position as an internally subordinate part and parcel of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and want to be happy independently, he functions mainly in two ways. He first attempts to act fruitively for personal gain or sense gratification, and after attempting such fruitive activities for a considerable time, when he is frustrated, he becomes a philosophical speculator and think himself to be on the same level as God. This whole idea of becoming one with the Lord is the last snare of the illusory energy, which traps a living entity into the bondage of forgetfulness under the spell of false ego. The best means of liberation from the clutches of false ego is to give up the habit of philosophical speculation regarding the absolute truth. One should know definitely that the absolute truth is never realized by the philosophical speculation on the imperfect egoistic person. The absolute truth, or the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is realized by hearing about Him in all submission and love from a bona fide authority who is a representative of the 12 great authorities mentioned in the Srimad Bhagavatam. By such an attempt only can one conquer the illusory energy of the Lord, although for others she is unpassable, as confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 7.14.
But those who have surrendered unto me can easily cross beyond it.
Before I start, I'd like to please take blessing for all the Vaishnava and Vaishnavi, and thank the temple authority and Nishkinjana Prabhu to keep pushing me to say yes. Usually I don't like to give class because I have a condition that my heart rate goes very high. Right now it's very high. But I'm doing as a service because it's something I wanted to share with you, which is very special, as a preaching is going on in a care home. That I will talk about this a little bit later. And I know marathon is coming on as well. Niskinchana Prabhu asked me to talk a bit about the upcoming marathon coming soon, you're starting soon. But we cover a little bit about on this verse a little bit. And I was just thinking false ego. False ego is such a, it's not very good for us, it's false ego. It keeps us binding in this material world, lifetime after lifetime, birth after birth. And, this godlessness society that Srila Prabhupada is talking about. And, you can see in this world when the Lord is not the center of the activity of of anybody's life, there's chaos. When we act on the false ego, we think we're this body, in terms of religion. People are fighting because of religious, they don't really, manage to accept other people's religion. Whether you're white, black, or blue, or red, doesn't make any difference, because we're all an eternal spark of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. We're all God's children, because this misidentification of you misusing it, that's why you have so much chaos in this world. So much chaos. We have so many fights going on. Why? Because this is my border, this is your border. We're trying to, in the process of it, so much suffering is going on. Because why we identify ourselves with this body. So in this purport, Prabhupada talk about this philosophical speculators. They think themselves, to the same level as God. This is so detrimental to one's spiritual progress. They try so many different things, but still they are, they cannot achieve anything because it's void. How can you be happy in void? So the best, Prabhupada mentioned here the 12 Mahajan. We have to follow in the footsteps of the 12 Mahajan. Anybody knows about the 12 Mahajan? You can mention if you. The 12 Mahajan. Yeah. Please.
There's a verse which mentions all 12. Swayamvar Narada Shambhu Kumara Kapila Manu Pralado Janako Bhishmo Balirvaya Sakirvayam. So this mentions the 12.
Yes. The first one is Lord Brahma. Yeah. And then you have Narada. Then we have Lord Shiva, the four Kumaras, Lord Kapila, Shambhuva Manu, Prahlad Maharaj, Janak Maharaj, Grandfather Bhishma, Bali Maharaj, Sukadev Goswami, and Yamaraj himself. They're considered to be the greatest devotee of the Lord. And also, one should fearlessly follow the 12 Mahajan and their line of disciplic succession, and thus to be liberated from the clutches of Maya. See, these 12 personalities are very, very powerful. In their life, you see, we cannot go into everybody's, personal achievement, Lord Brahma, the four Kumaras, Kapila, Janak, Prahlad Maharaj, the whole 12 Mahajan. But we have their shelter. We can take shelter of their lotus feet, of their teaching. And in this purport as well, Srila Prabhupada talk about that we have to take shelter of a bona fide authority. Who is a bona fide authority? Prabhupada talk about this quite a lot. The one who is teaching you how to be a servant of God, not teaching you how to be God, Like that one thing George Harrison, a nice pastime, that he was very impressed by Srila Prabhupada because he was very famous, he had lots of money. So whenever he went to different Swami in India, you want to make God, I'll make you God. They were compromising the principle just to make him happy, But when he met A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada said to him, I cannot make you God, but I can make you a servant. I can teach you how to be a servant of God. Because I myself am a servant of God. So George Harrison, these few words, he was very impressed by Srila Prabhupada. And Srila Prabhupada always, was put him on a pedestal, was always very humble, very kind, very compassionate. And you appreciate all these beautiful qualities in the pure devotees. So for us, as a very fallen, so many lifetimes we've been passing with this false ego, binding us to this material world, binding us to birth and death. But somehow by some sukriti, some good sukriti, we're sitting in front of Srila Prabhupada, with all the assembled Vaishnava, and trying to, make this life perfect, and try to, because it's a human form of life, is very precious, extremely, extremely precious. So by wasting it is an offense, is cruel to the soul, because the soul is engaged in this body, and this body is meant as a vehicle for self-realization. And if we don't do that, we kill off the soul, basically. So in this purport, I will not go too much into this purport because there's something very, very important. That's why I say yes to come here to share with you. First of all, we can talk a little bit about the marathon which is upcoming. Now, everyone in this room, how did you get to Krishna consciousness? You can put your hand, you can share. Everybody, how did you come to Krishna consciousness? Prabhu?
Personally, it was distress. When my marriage broke up. And I was, so what's the point in life?
Yeah. Well, it's mentioned in Bhagavatam one part, Bhagavad Gita, where there's 4 types of devotees that come to Krishna, and you're one of them. Distress.
Yeah. So I was thinking, what's the point in life without the family, actually they were the centre of my family life, and so I was questioning, what's happening. There's no point to life now, and I felt suicidal.
Yes.
Yeah.
But was it Srila Prabhupada teaching that brought you, you know?
Well, I met a Srila Prabhupada disciple who was on the Isle of Wight at that time.
Yeah.
And he was touring around. He was preaching to vegan societies and all that sort of thing. He was invited by somebody to come to the Isle of Wight. He was a chairman of the Vegan Society. And he said, Prabhupada disciple, he was teaching Vedic astrology and gems and all these things, and everybody was looking for something there that would come to him, gems, all the things. And he said in one statement, he says, "What's this human form of life meant for?" And that's where he asked, and he gave me a Bhagavad Gita at that time.
Yeah, that's why I was trying to make the point that everyone that has come to Krishna consciousness is through a book, Yeah. It's magical, this book will appear to you. Yeah. There's one devotee who picked a book from a dustbin, Somebody just, Sankirtan devotees, some other out of weakness sometimes they will pick a book from you. But some other, they don't know what to do with it, but end up in a dustbin. But someone picked that book up and became an amazing devotee. So every one of us who has come to Krishna consciousness is through books, Srila Prabhupada's teaching. Somebody on the street will give you a book, somebody at home, somebody out of kindness will give you a gift, a book. Everybody came to Krishna consciousness through Srila Prabhupada's teaching. And this marathon also is not about just giving books, it's about to make people's life fortunate. Just by having one, even touching the book of Srila Prabhupada, someone makes spiritual advancement. But to speak, opening the book and try to, read one shloka or one verse of the book. So this is very, 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 very powerful. So we have to continue and we have to carry on this preaching. This is the heart of Srila Prabhupada, his book. And we devotees will give the skull, Srila Prabhupada, you'll be so blissful, so happy, and you used to give them lots of blessing. So I wish you an amazing marathon coming up. And Jai Shri Radha, Gokulananda ki Jai, Sitaram Lakshmana Hanuman, Shri Gaunitai ki Jai. And now we have 15 minutes, and I want to share something with you. Have anyone see all the pictures of Prabhupada faces upstairs on the landing? Has any of you seen that beautiful frame? Srila Prabhupada has different emotion, different. So this was done by my ex-husband, Ananta Shakti Das, also on the wall, on the reception. Beautiful two Radha Krishna, and then there's one Mother Yashoda, I think now is out, and also in the corridor here, we have a nice Gopal. He's an artist. He's been an artist since, from birth practically. And he's been dedicating his life in Prabhupada's mission through his art. And he's done so many books for children, Vedic stories, creation, Gita stories, Ramanuja. There's many books he has done. But unfortunately, as we all get old, he's 77 now, he has dementia. So he's been taken care at home, but lately he's been, for about 4 months now, he's been put in a care home, which is now 4 minutes walk from my place. And as a Vaishnavi, he's a Vaishnav in a place where definitely he's not vegetarian. So I was making sure every day I take lunch for him and offered prasadam and look after him, taking good care of him, So what happened, the manager and the deputy manager of this care home, they were so impressed. They were saying, Some resident, they die here. Their own children will not come and claim their body, you know. I was so shocked for me to hear this. And then they wanted to know, I said, you are the ex-wife of Adrian, they call him Adrian. And how come, what is it that pushed you to do this? I said, well, our founder, Acharya Srila Prabhupada, he teach compassion, he teach love, he teach kindness. But for me, that was all in theory, you know. But now I want to practice, because my Lord wanted me to practice his compassion and Srila Prabhupada. So they were so impressed. They wanted to understand Ananta Shakti's journey, his faith, where is he coming from. So they want to come to the temple. So I brought them here. Radha Mohan Prabhu, greet them. We took them around the ground. And when they came inside the temple, the deputy manager is from Bulgaria. And there he is. And that's the manager, Alison. And they were so impressed. The deputy manager had tears in his eyes. He was crying. Something happened to him, this guy, honestly. And the Alison, she's a main manager. She's so favorable to Ananta's care. Anything I want, I get in the care home. So this is 2 pictures here. You have more, Prabhu? There. They came on a Monday here. I'll tell you a little pastime. As we were going back in the car, they were talking between each other. They said something very profound. They said, when Adrian joined our nursing home, we took him as a common man, but there's nothing common about him. I remember tears rolling down. I'm not going to cry now, but it was very powerful. And then that was a Monday. And then when she arrived at the care home, she went to all the carer who's worked with that floor. Whenever you see Adrian, I want you to fold your hand and say, Hare Krishna. This is how you're going to greet him from now on. This is just incredible, And so then the next day, I invited the Soho devotees, 4 devotees, Abdullah 1, Abdullah 2, Jai Krishna, and then Adam from Soho Temple. You can next one. This is a manager wearing a beautiful garland of the Lordship. They had the amazing kirtan in the house. They rocked the care home. And the manager came because the day before she was here, she was so impressed by Srila Prabhupada movement and the chanting. She said, many the residents cannot come. Can you please go in each room, make sure they hear the chanting? So there was Harinam in every corridor of the care home. It was just profound. Only Lord Nityananda Prabhu can give that kind of mercy. At the end of their life, they were the faggot of their life. We try very hard to forget Krishna. These people, they have a disease which they forget everything. It's so sad when you watch, I'll give you an example for Ananta Shakti. You tell him something now, he can remember the next minute. But you start singing some Saradava, he complete the 8th shloka. He complete, Shingadev prayers. The prayers before Prasadam. Jai Radha Madhava, Yashomati Nandan, Hari Harai Nama Krishna, Jai Radhe Jai Krishna. He sing the whole without even looking at the book. How can it? Krishna says, I give you forgetfulness, but I also give you remembrance. I tell him, you can't forget this world, but keep Krishna in your heart, Krishna will help his devotees. He'll never let his devotee down, So this is 4 devotees who came, Jai Krishna, Adam, the 2 Abdullah. The little Abdullah there with the white kurta, she was like a tornado in the care home. Everyone was like, whoa, but in a good way. And people who don't know how, cripple a little bit, can clap. They're clapping their hand with the kirtan. Next one. And they all came to Ananta's room. This is where all this artwork is on the wall. And that's so beautiful. And the manager and the deputy manager saw this. They were like, wow. They were so overwhelmed with, I'm getting overwhelmed actually, with this. Next one, Prabhu. And then we had kirtan, all the residents was dancing. It's so beautiful. Okay, Next one. Just in the room. Okay, we can move, Prabhu. Let's do the. Then after this, the deputy manager, he wrote an amazing poem about these 4 devotees. Maybe someone can read each sloka, pass the microphone around, because this is very important. Where's the microphone? Okay, you can read the first one. You can read from the top and then.
Composed by the deputy manager Ivan Panev, the monks from the Holy Temple. In the heart of Soho's vibrant street stands Radha Krishna Temple, a sacred retreat, where the divine whispers through halls adorned, and souls find solace, their spirits reborn.
Maybe everyone can read one. You read one, Prabhu? Everybody can read one.
From this hallowed place, 4 monks did depart, with love in their hearts and joy to impart. Adam, Abdullah, and Jaja Krishna too, carried by the holy name, pure and true.
Next one, Prabhu.
They journeyed to the mead in Boreham Wood, fair a care home where spirits find tender care, with instruments in hand and chants that enthrall. They brought light and love to one and all.
The air was filled with a melodious tune as the monks played music beneath the afternoon's bloom. Residents gathered, their faces alight, joining the chanting, hearts taking flight.
With each holy name, a wave of peace spread, awakening joy where once there was dread. Elderly hands clapped, voices rose high in a chorus of praise beneath the white sky.
Adam's serene notes, Abdullah's deep tone, together with Abdullah, they made the spirit known. Jai Krishna led with a radiant grace, their music and chanting a divine embrace.
Radha Krishna's temple, your love reaches far, bringing unity and peace like a guiding star. To the mead you brought joy, a heavenly light, making hearts dance in pure delight.
In the sacred chants and music's sweet flow, a reminder that love continues to grow. From Soho's temple to Boreham door, the monkhood's holy visit will be cherished even more. From the mead with love.
Okay, now I want to say something. Ivan, he is not a devotee. He has never, it's the first time he was exposed to Krishna consciousness was here. You know? He's never, just the way he composes. And the amazing thing on that day, he was not even there. You know? That's the most incredible. He just watched videos and then he pulled this together. Now the girls can take, the next one we can read. Now he wrote one about Bhaktivedanta Mana. Please read one sloka each, one verse each. Yeah, look. Can you make it clear a little bit?
Sorry. In Herefordshire, embrace where green fields light, stands Bhaktivedanta Manor, neath the open sky, a temple of peace, a sanctuary so great, built with love by founder hand.
Next one.
George Harrison gift, a devotion pure for souls seeking Krishna, an abode secure with spire that touch the heavens, and garden serene, a vision of Vaikuntha in every earthly scene.
Peacocks dance on verdant lawns, echoing the past of divine dawns. Cows graze gently, the pastoral bliss, in every corner Krishna's eternal kiss.
Pilgrims gather, earth full of grace, to chant the holy names in the sacred place. Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, voice in the air, a melody of devotion, a universal prayer.
In the temple's heart, deities divine, radiant blessings in every sign. Radha and Krishna in splendor bright fill the soul with transcendental light.
Festivals here with colors and song, where every spirit feels it belongs. Rathayatas, chariots pulled with might, a celebration of joy day and night.
Teaching of Prabhupada, guiding the way, a spiritual path in modern day. Workshops and wisdom shared with care, a beacon of hope in a world so rare.
O Bhaktivedanta Mana, jewel of grace, a timeless retreat, a holy place, may your light shine forever, strong and true, from the mid with love.
It's so powerful, isn't it? It's just, someone was exposed, like, 45 minutes, maybe an hour the visit was here, But Srila Prabhupada and, the Lord has touched his heart so much that he kept coming out with beautiful, poem. There's one, anybody knows Bobby Brazier here? Anyone know Bobby Brazier? He's one of the, star. He's famous. He just recently he played in the UNICEF charity football. He's on EastEnders. He was on Strictly Come Dancing. But he also come to our temple and he's chanting. And he came, I'll invite him to come to the care home. He came as well and it was an amazing day. And he brought his professional dancer with him. And we had an amazing day. He wrote one for him as well. It's just incredible, Anybody want to read that? But he's a devotee, Yeah. Yeah. Well, the point I was trying to make as well, Krishna treasure his devotee. Every devotee is precious in his eyes. Like, for example, Ananta Shakti, he's not able to function like he used to function. But whenever you walk in, he has his big bag, he's always chanting, And Krishna will never, he's silently preaching. They all love him, they love his work, they love what he's offering to the care home, And whenever they need something, they call me now. Hey, Kavita, come. What shall we do about this? What shall we do? So like this, we have interact with them in a very nice, positive way. I never preach to them. It's just my behavior, the way I was taking care of Ananta Shakti. They wanted to know more about, because they've seen the worst, like children don't claim the body of their own parents, And now you have an ex-wife coming, taking such good care. So sometimes our behavior speak louder than preaching, Our behavior become preaching, So if we achieve this much in this care home, they can't wait to have devotees. I was talking to Gopika this morning. She told me they want the girls to come. I said, please, they want to come. Please come and give the holy name to all these Vaishnava. They're not devotees, but make their life auspicious, So now, because the home manager has a daughter work in the school because it's next to the school, now the school want the devotee to come and do kirtan in the school. They can't wait for them to come. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. You can read this one. This is a nice one.
A day of dance and delight at the mead. In a home where hearts beat steady and true, 2 stars from Strictly came dancing through. Bobby Brazier with his smile so bright, and Diane Boswell with grace and light.
Joy blossomed in every room, dispelling the mundane, lifting the gloom. Home manager Ellison King did say, it's heartwarming to see joy light the way.
Bobby came at the behest of Kavita's call, whose relative Adrian dwells in the hall. With Diana by his side, poised and keen, they danced once more a sparkling scene.
Now you have to be quick because I'm over time now. 2 minutes over time. Number 4.
Residents cheered, their spirits soared. With each graceful step, they all adored. Scores out of 10, the joy of the charts, dancing their way into everyone's hearts.
Keep reading.
A Q&A followed, filled with stories and laughter, bridging the gap between now and hereafter. Then came the tour, the highlight for all, meeting each resident, answering each call. 103-year-old Tony, a fan so true, found his dream, realized his joy breaking through. Adrian, the artist, with a gift to reveal, shared his creations, his spirit surreal. Bobby and Diana, with genuine grace, admired his work, bringing smiles to his face. Their warmth and kindness, a memory sweet, left an imprint of joy, a connection complete. Thank you, Bobby and Diana, for this magical day, for the laughter, the dance, and the hearts you've swayed. Your visit to the mead and cherished refrain will linger in our hearts like a gentle, sweet rain. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, no. Anyway, thank you very much. I hope it was not out of boundaries what I shared today, but I think it was important for devotees to understand. Sometimes devotees, like I would suggest, I will please humbly ask, if you have some spare time, please go and see him, go and read with him. There's one devotee called Prakash. He comes every Saturday. He chants with him. He reads with him. On Sunday, my brother comes. He does the same thing, chanting, take him for a walk. I go every day. I take him swimming, bring him to the temple. It would be nice if our community pulled together, He's not far. He's in Bournemouth. He's not miles away. So we can make a commitment that we can, take care of our elderly, If we don't do it, who will do it? So he's part of our community. He's part of this community, actually. And he has given his life to Srila Prabhupada. We have to honor him in any way we can. Any devotees who has given their life to Srila Prabhupada, we have to honor them and try to give them a good departure. Well, no, I don't know when would that be, but that's why I feel very strong. Now, if I hear a devotee sick, I go and see them. Doesn't matter I know them or I don't know them, because they're Vaishnava. They're part of our Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya. So they're part of Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada was very concerned when devotee would get sick. He will give them medication. He will, he would always ask how they're doing. So we must find in our heart as well to shelter, to protect, to care, to love these devotees who are going through a difficult time. Anyway, thank you very much. I hope it was okay. It was hard for me to do it, but I still do it because I wanted to share this story, this preaching, what's going on, It is silent preaching. Nobody knows about it. But also, the Soul Street devotee donated this set of Bhagavatam and CC at the care home. And now and then you see the book is moving. That means somebody is sitting down, is reading. So, and he said when you have Bhagavatam and CC in a place, that is very auspicious. Auspiciousness is all around. So slowly we're trying to make it a nice, auspicious environment. Of course, you cannot change everyone, but at least we can make their life a little bit better by sharing the holy name. That's what Mahaprabhu asked, Got so many fruit, I'm going to one person distribute it. So preaching is not only on the street, it's in somewhere, it is like a prison actually, a care home, All the doors are locked, you're not allowed to go out. We're in this material world, we think we're free. We're not free. We're also in a prison, open prison, but we're also suffering. There is like a locked door after door, So, yeah, it's quite humbling when you go around and you see, the extreme dementia case, the extreme. And I pray every day to Lord, please don't let Ananta be like this, you know. So pray for him. Devotees' prayers are very powerful. Pray that he doesn't have to, forget Krishna. And pray for him. Thank you. Hare Krishna.